Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Stern Agee. When you call a big brokerage house these days, you're more than likely, if you don't have at least, get this, $250,000 to invest. I don't make those kind of calls, so I wouldn't be able to do it. But those people, if you've got less than $250,000 and you call one of those big brokerage houses, they're going to farm you out to a call center. You don't have enough money to invest for them. Stern Agee, a company that's been around for a century now, they're different. They're not sitting there just counting the money coming in. They're worried about helping you make the most with your money. Earl Kerr, Alan Pryor, those guys at Stern Agee do a tremendous job. Give them a call this week in terms of your financial planning, your financial future. I guarantee you'll be very happy you did. Personal service, friendly service. They can help you. All right, back with Jimmy, Bob, Mike, Chuck. Just a couple of quickies in the lightning round today, very quickies. The first one, I got an email this week from Ann Pfeiffer. Thanks for watching, Ann. And we've talked about this before, but she wanted to know how any UT players who are arrested or cited pay for all these rather expensive lawyers. And I informed her that no, the school can't pick up the tab. That'd be a violation. No, the lawyers can't give the time away for free. How do they do it, though? How can they make this affordable for the players? No one wants to touch it. No one wants to touch it.
Whatever rate they would charge me and you is what they're supposed to charge a student athlete. Now,
underline supposed to.
Yeah.
The student athlete's parents may be able to come up with some money. In some cases it might be a struggle for them to do so. Maybe there's an issue about the hours charged. I'm going to bill you $100 an hour, but
we'll just
maybe I won't bill you as many hours as I might have billed John Pennington when you got in trouble.
Yeah, so many times. I keep the lawyers in Knoxville.
Yeah,
I'll go over on Burrell, man.
Well, I guess the main thing is it just cannot be construed as a special benefit.
Right.
So then if you have a rate for college students to get in trouble, you can still do that for a student athlete. And a lot of the expense is in the preparation if something's going to go to trial. If these charges being dismissed, that's not quite the expense, obviously, of if it does go to trial.
If you don't go to trial, that's a tremendous difference.
Right.
Plus, the NCAA doesn't have the enforcement staff to go checking on all the bills of all the kids who have to get lawyers across the college. So I think that one's a blurry line. You're supposed to charge what you charge someone else. But anyway, all right. Next up, very quickly here, Chuck and I have talked about this. You can't answer, Chuck. I went back this week for MrSEC.com and looked at all the games from 2012 and 2013 involving SEC teams. I threw out the games against FCS teams. All right, didn't count those because there's no official line. You have to go offshore to get those lines. No pick'em games were included either. So we just looked at the games that involved SEC teams. That'd be bowls too, and had an actual opening line. What do you think, guys? The question, did the opening line more often come within 7 points of the final score, or was it more often off by 2 or more touchdowns?
By 2 or more touchdowns.
By 14 points or more, 7 points or less. Which did it do more often?
I'm going to go with 14 points or more.
Because I think it's a trick question, so I'm going to agree with Bob. If it was 7 points or less, you wouldn't be asking.
It's 7 points or less. It was a trick question. I double twisted it.
Double trick.
It was the old double trick. Let's go ahead and show these. I thought this was interesting. Everyone always gets under the impression that the Vegas always knows what they're talking about. It's a line designed to get money on both sides. The opening line within 3 points of the final verdict. This is 210 games. Only 30 times, 15% of the last 2 years. Within 7 points, 36%. Off by 14 or more points, 35%, right there at the same thing. Opening line off by 21 or more points, 17%. They nailed the final score just 4 times out of 210 SEC games.
Wow.
So the next time that someone's saying, well, the guys in Vegas know what they're talking about, no, it's not a prediction. Chuck, is it a prediction?
No, but a lot of times it's surprising, like that 20%, and you remember those games where it does fall on that, and you're like, boy, those guys know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what
And
stands
those
out
are the
to
ones
you.
that you remember.
All right. All right, when we come back, how many Vol fans are actually pulling for the Vols right now? We'll discuss. Come on back.